welcome back to my channel. My name is Leslie. This is me. I'm in a Santa shirt in February, and it says, "Don't stop believing," because you know. I posted on my Instagram story like a question and answer, and I just wanted to really quick go through those questions, give you guys what I know about nursing school, and then any questions y'all have about me, how I plan my life, what I'm doing, how I manage my time, stuff like that. So jumping right into it. So first question, what do I do when I have a professor that isn't passionate or enthusiastic? Unfortunately, I've come across a lot of my instructors who I felt like didn't love what they were doing. With that, you kind of just have to take everything with a grain of salt. It does make it hard to get engaged and be interested in what you're learning when it doesn't seem like the person who's teaching you is interested in even teaching you at all, let alone the topic. But with that, sometimes I will, which sounds bad, sometimes I'll just sit in class with my textbook, my ATI book, and go through my notes and whatever. I'm really good at multitasking. So whatever I hear them say, if they say anything important, I'll jot it down, but I use that time in class to get ahead on studying. Don't know if that's the best advice, but that's what I do. Second, how do I keep myself organized? I'm struggling. So, organization is really hard for me, mostly because I'm pretty sure I'm a hoarder. I actually just recorded an apartment tour video, and you will see my desk. It is it's a disaster. It's a crime scene. But what I do try to do is I have kind of a wall calendar with the months and stuff in it, which you guys can't see, hold on, with the months and stuff in it. But then I also have this is my life. This is my Erin Condren life planner. This is everything that I've ever needed in my whole life. I keep my work schedule in here. I keep my volunteer stuff in here. I keep my assignments in here. I have due dates, test dates, just everything's in here, and I take it with me everywhere, because if I don't have it with me, I will have no idea what's going on in my life. This week, what week is this? This is a week we just finished, which I actually slacked on, but I stay organized just by looking at my planner every single day, more than once a day, which sounds kind of excessive, but at least every single day. And in the morning, I'll make a list of things to do before the day is over to make sure that I feel accomplished and feel like I'm not falling behind. I have binders for all my classes. We have 9-week terms, so I have 9 dividers, and I'll do weeks 1 through 9, and I'll kind of organize it that way, which I don't have it with me, but I'll do a binder tour video maybe later. And my binder, I have due dates posted literally everywhere. I'm always sending out in our group text what's due. But my binder is my planner, and I just look at the syllabus. I have my syllabi for the class that I'm taking literally right here. So I just always look at those, make sure I'm not falling behind. And because our courses are so fast paced, you have to stay on top of your stuff or you will fall behind. So next one, how difficult is WCU really? Lots of people said it's way more difficult than other schools. Why did I choose WCU? Biggest pro and con? Ooh. So first question, I chose West Coast University because I am a second degree student. I have a bachelor's in biology and psychology, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was hooked on med school for a while, didn't love it enough to go. Then I was hooked on PA school and didn't really know. Did my EMT training, loved it, still want to be a paramedic. Don't tell anyone. But I am now in nursing school, and I want to do ER, trauma nursing, ICU, anything like that, and hopefully end up in flight nursing. That is my goal. But West Coast is really difficult only because it's 9 weeks 9 weeks. It's fast tracked. You have a test every single week. You have something due almost every day, papers. So it's unlike normal college classes. In general, nursing school is unlike any college I've been to, unlike any college classes, college courses I've taken. It is so much harder. It's insane. But I chose this school because I would be able to get in and get out because I'm a second degree student. That was my deciding factor, and that was it. When I enrolled, there was no wait list. So it was just really just like a no-brainer for me. I wanted to start my career as fast as possible, and this was the program that was going to help me do it. So that's why I chose West Coast. You have to stay organized and prioritize your time. Otherwise, you'll fall behind and it's going to be miserable. I mean, sometimes it's already miserable, and I have like 10 different ways to keep up with stuff. But biggest pro and con. Biggest pro is that I get in and out. This is the program that I was accepted to that would get me in and out the fastest. Another pro, our simulation lab. Our simulation lab is absolutely amazing. These mannequins can give birth. Their lips turn blue, so you can tell when they're cyanotic. Like the nebulizer treatments actually work and steam up, which I didn't even know. Like they bleed. You can tell when they're sweating. The sim lab is amazing, and I think that really helps simulate real life situations, and you treat it like you're treating a real patient, and it makes you way more comfortable. Biggest con. I have personally had terrible experiences with scheduling. Not my schedule always in particular, but I feel like sometimes there must be some kinks that they're trying to work out within the program, but I feel like every term something is changing, and I think they're trying to change it for the better, but it actually is making the lives of the students a little more difficult, if I'm being honest. You do not get to choose your schedule, so when you get your schedule, I put all my work hours and everything else, like life-related, in there. But this term particularly, they changed our schedule week 2 of 9. So I had to go in, and working at a hospital, you get your schedule super early. So I had to go in and like beg my manager to change my hours and like tell people I can't make bachelorette parties or birthday parties and stuff like that. So that was just like my personal con. But I know a lot of people say that they don't really like a lot of our instructors, but I feel like every nursing school, like people are gonna feel like their instructors could be better or they're not fair or whatever. But I haven't had terrible experiences there. But if you're looking for something to get in and get out, I would recommend it. Another huge con is that it's so expensive. I literally have no idea how I'm gonna pay it off. And that's the truth. Because I don't meet the, like whatever requirements they have for financial aid, I get none. So I'm not 24, I don't have a child, I'm not married, and I'm not a veteran. So no matter like how much my bills are for my own place, no matter how much I make, no matter how much like I'm responsible for paying for myself, they will still go off of my parents' income, even though like I don't have help from my parents. So that's kind of annoying, but I will be turning 24 this May 2019. So hopefully I can go in and be like, hey, can I have some money please? Because I'm really not getting any. Is purchasing books through the school necessary, or should you rent them instead? I love hoarding my books, so I will keep my books always. So I purchase them. I don't purchase them through the school. They'll offer you a voucher, but you'll end up paying for it. But I get mine off Amazon, Chegg, buy them off of a friend, but I do buy my books so I can keep them and highlight them. Let's see. when will I be finished? I will be finished April 2020. I don't have my countdown pulled up, but I am counting. I will be done April 2020, right before my 25th birthday, and I'm so excited. But anywho, what planner do you use if you use one? 100%, girl, I use a planner. Erin Condren. I will put in the description box below I think it might be 10% off or $10 off or something like that. I'll put a link below for the kind of planner I have, but you don't have to order my planner. The discount code will work with anyone, but I got the 18-month one, so it went from July 2018. I don't know if you can see the tabs. So it went from July 2018 and it'll go through December 2019. So it goes pretty far, pretty thick, but that's my Erin Condren. It's my lifeline. What's the hardest class I've taken so far? Prerequisites and nursing core. Right now I'm in med surg 2, and it is kicking my butt. Yeah. But another difficult class was mental health, which was in my nursing core also. Being a psych major even, it was really hard for me to switch my thinking to nursing interventions and therapeutic communication with mental health as opposed to med surg. I feel like I'm a very science-based, fact-based person. So med surg was difficult for all the information, but it was easier for me because it was it's either this or this. This is the toxic level, these are the signs and symptoms, that's it. Mental health was a lot of, are you gonna take the patient for a walk if they're agitated? But they can be different levels of agitated, and what are you gonna do when this person is anxious? And there's different levels of anxiety, and you're gonna do a different nursing intervention for each level of anxiety. So that was really difficult for me. I know a lot of people thought patho was a hard prerequisite course, but having a biology bachelor's previously, I feel like I was exposed to a lot of that information, so it wasn't really difficult for me. Do I have AM classes or the night weekend classes? So I have AM classes for the most part. This term, Mondays I have clinical from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. Every other Tuesday I have simulation lab from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and that's the latest that any of my classes go. Wednesdays I'm off. Every other Thursday I have a skills lab from 7 a.m. to noon, and then Friday I have a 7 a.m. to noon, which I really do love the AM classes because although I hate mornings, loathe mornings, and I'm trying to be a morning person, I love being able to come home and be done at noon. Another question that relates to that, how do I manage school and a job? I have to work full-time in nursing school, which worries me. Having a set full-time depending on where you work. So I know 312 is full-time in healthcare, but I also worked retail and service industry, which full-time is 40 hours, which can be very, very challenging. So I guess if you're in a longer program, it would be a bit easier because you don't have to study for tests every day and due dates every day. But if you are in a fast track program, it might be excessive, but I would get an hourly planner or an hourly layout. You can even print it off Google for free and bind it yourself. Plan your hours of sleep, plan your study time, plan your break time, plan your meals, do all of that so you have a list and you have a visual of what you need to do that day. Working full-time is going to be very challenging, but if this is what you want to do and this is what you're passionate about, I promise you will find a way. And if you need any more questions, specifically on time management or my school or anything like that, please let me know. So keep asking me questions. I love doing these. I love making these videos, and I love to help in any way I can. Study materials, how I study, online resources that I use, which a lot of my stuff is online, anything like that. But just let me know, and thank you for all your questions, and I will talk to y'all soon.